Welcome to Rap in Order, the interrogation of a hip-hop album, where we take some of the culture's most beloved hip-hop albums, put them on the stand, see if they stood the test of time. Now let's see who we got on the stand today. Welcome to another episode of Rap in Order. I'm First Class Regg.
I'm Taurian B.
We have a very special guest with us today. He's already laughing. Here, straight out of Queens.
He's excited.
You know what I'm saying? That's like 2 weeks in a row we had some Queens representation at this table.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But Mo is here.
Hey guys.
And he's joining us today to talk about Cruel Summer. Cruel Summer is a 2012 album, compilation album from Good Music. Good Music, we know Kanye West, Common, Big Sean, all those big names that came into the fold. Tiana Taylor, of course. Can't forget Tiana Taylor. Zaha, John Legend. And this album came out after some delays. I think it was originally supposed to drop in August of that year. It didn't drop until dead smack going into winter, but they kept the name of Cruel Summer. But of course, it was led by Click. Click came out, which was well received. I remember when that dropped. That was like around Fashion Week that year. You had Jay-Z, produced by Hit Boy. How did we feel about this album or the lead into it? I know I said that it had several delays, but did that affect how you listen to it? We'll start with you.
First of all, how are you, Reg?
I'm doing good. I'm good. Thank you.
You good? You had a good week?
I had a good week. I did. I'm excited to get to this album, but I'm doing good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You watch anything lately?
It was a busy week. So I've been really into going to the movies and watching older movies.
I see. Yeah, I missed it the week when y'all went to go see Enter the Dragon.
Yeah. So Enter the Dragon was fire to see on screen because obviously, I wasn't even born when it was out in the movies. And then most recently, Dark Knight Rises went to theaters for Batman Day.
Okay.
That was fire. Yeah, that was fire to see.
Did you beat up a criminal?
No, but I should have. Just to keep that going.
Could have beat somebody up for smoking pot.
Keep that energy,
Mm-hmm.
Twist somebody's arm, break somebody back.
You seen that tweet with that guy was like, I want to live in Gotham?
That he wants to?
Yeah.
Oh, and then everybody just was retweeting it and saying crazy shit.
I don't think you want to live there.
You don't want to live there.
Yeah, no. I'm not trying to live in Gotham, bro.
So you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Did you see the MTV Awards last week?
Yes. I saw the MTV Awards. I saw most of it, at least. I fell asleep around 11. It was a weird day for awards to come on. It was Tuesday.
What was the highlight for you? It was NSYNC, wasn't it?
Nah, because they didn't perform.
Oh, I thought you were just hyped. I thought you were just hyped, oh my God, they're gonna do it.
Nah. But I knew. I actually did a little research before I watched it, and I knew that they wasn't performing. So I was like,
Oh, okay.
I didn't even know that MTV Music Award was
I forgot that it was coming on. But
I remember leaving work and someone was like, "Yo, the MTV Award's gonna be on tonight." And I was like, I thought it was in August.
Yeah, I think they need to rebrand, man, because these award shows are not about music videos. The VMA started because of music videos to award and to give flowers to music videos. But now, if you pay attention to the categories and what they're called, it used to be Best Pop Video. Now it's just Best Pop.
I think they have to figure that out. I don't know how they're gonna get back to it. I don't know why they should just have the reality TV show awards. They should have, but that's what they play on their network now, right?
I mean, also people don't consume music videos like the way they used to.
Yeah,
right. MTV used to do the full episode of music video. You see them setting up the video, them doing different takes. All that's gone now.
Oh yeah, you had Access Granite. You had making a video.
World premiere.
Yeah, man. We had different programs to cater to all of that stuff. But yeah, it's not the same anymore.
Nas dropped another project.
Yes. How we feel?
I'm still on KD2. Everybody.
You like KD2?
I'm still listening to it. I gotta I consume music different from the casual person.
Yeah.
A lot lot of people are like giving it praise and saying, you know, he went 6 for 6. Everybody wants to ignore Nasir.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, you said KD 2, and I was thinking Magic 2.
Okay.
Yeah, KD 2 is good.
But yeah, I think that Nas has been like on like a really like dope run, especially like we've already talked about it before, like him being at the age that he's at right now. And hip hop is like unheard of putting out this much music at this age. Like, you know, we catch some older rappers putting out projects at this age, but like nobody hears it. Or you just be like, holy shit, like KRS-One put out an album? Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not something that like you regularly see. Like Nas has, since 2018, he's been steadily putting out music, and it's good quality music. And I'm actually like really like, I don't know. I don't know if the word is proud.
I think it is.
Like, just of Nas just being so resilient in, like, his career and, like, setting the tone of, like, what, you know, what a rapper, like, what rappers do now for, like, the rap. He's basically reset the status quo. Absolutely. And I hope that some other rappers are able to follow in his footsteps and do the same with their careers. I don't think so, though, because I think a lot of rappers now are like aimed toward, like they're purposely aimed towards being like, Lil Uzi's not going to be able to age in hip hop. Lil Yachty's not going to be able to age in hip hop because they preface on being young.
Yes, but those are also those are interesting examples only because I actually see them being able to rebrand, because even the album that Yachty just put out this past like a few months ago,
which I love.
I would have never saw him put out an album like that. So he's gonna be able to age.
That's true, but well, I mean, he's not. I'm talking about rapping.
Yeah, but I already don't look at him.
He's not gonna. All right, cool, but I'm just saying. Like, I'm not. What
about Baby?
Lil Baby?
Nah, I don't think that's.
Do you see that for him? Because I think that's more of a fitting example because he's a rapper.
Okay, cool. Like somebody like Lil Baby, I don't think that he's going to be inspired to rap at an older age. Okay. I don't think so. Like, because he's not a rapper at heart. Like, he rapped because they said he should rap, and then he was really good at it. Mm-hmm. I just don't think that I don't think that he cares to be like an MC. Like, most rappers like don't like.
They don't have the desire. A lot of rappers today don't have the desire to like actually make music. It's like they just do it just because, like Taurian says, like other people tell, like, yo, bro, like, you know, it's like, you know, like how like sometimes a tall kid would be in a park and like they just dunk it, like, yo, bro, you should just start playing basketball. But that realistically, that person probably might just want to be an electrician, and now like you force them to play basketball.
It happens like that, right?
Shit.
I don't know why
it's weird. I don't know. I think.
It happens.
Yeah.
I think Drake and Kendrick would be ones that kind of
they're elder statesmen though.
Yeah. No, but I'm just saying, like, no, Reggie, what I'm saying is that like the generation that came after Cole, Kendrick, Big Sean, Wale, like, you know what I'm saying? Like they won't be able to age in music, in my opinion. And I'll die on that hill.
They also don't want to. Like, they've been very adamant, like, yo, I'm not gonna be 50 years old making music. I'm gonna be doing something.
I mean, yeah, Game said that. He's still putting out albums, so we'll see. But Diddy dropped an amazing R&B album.
Yeah.
Shout out to Love.
So that's all. Yeah, shout out to Love.
The Love album off the bridge. That was cool.
Yeah. At first, I didn't know how I would feel about it being such a long album, but it's tied together so well. It's sequenced so well. And I apologize, Diddy, for even questioning that.
That's crazy. You doubted Sean.
I only questioned the length of the album. I didn't question whether or not I would enjoy it.
You doubted Sean.
His batting average. His batting average is superior. Like he's been killing it for over 30 years.
What did I say? Like, once Diddy, Puff Daddy, Love, like once he's like into like music, like he's very like into it. Like he's very passionate about it. But, you know, I've yet to listen to a bad Diddy project.
Yeah, he said something, well, Forever was pretty bad. He said something in, I forget what interview it was that made me think. It was, he said something about how he's his most creative when he's heartbroken. And I started thinking about, Right. No, like he said that like he's not inspired unless he's heartbroken. That's what he said.
That's
and I was
cheating
like,
in life.
I was like, huh. And I started thinking, and I was like, damn, like all the major hits, a lot of the major hits that we got from Diddy, he was going through something, at least publicly.
Yeah.
So like the shit with J.Lo, we got
I Need a Girl
and
Biggie, I'll Be Missing You.
Missing You. Like so I was like,
so right now, he lost Andre Harrell and so
he was like, and for that actually
Andre Harrell and Kim Porter.
Yeah, he was like, just from these two losses, he's forever inspired now because those are two of his biggest losses, like at least personally.
Besides losing his mother or like his kids, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and I was like, damn, that's interesting because
I wonder how Mace feel about this
album. I watched his Breakfast Club interview. He said him and Mace are good. Mace was supposed to come to the MTV Awards, but Mace couldn't. They couldn't get the schedules right. But he said him and Mace are fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Nah, Reg, I just wanted you to, just talk. You just wanted to catch up about the week. In all honesty,
I saw this album and I said, you know what? I'm getting to this shit. Yeah. But you're right. It's good to check in with your friends.
Cool. Mental health is a major thing too. I'm not joking, though.
No, it's a fact. It's a fact.
Yeah, man. But no, I'm ready to get into this project.
But yes, so we'll get into the album itself. Like I said, compilation album, Cruel Summer, 2012, September. How did you feel about this rollout?
Well, this was off the heels of the Good Friday releases and My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
And Watch the
Throne, yes. So, there was anticipation there, and like we were constantly getting updates about it, right? So I guess for me, my thing is I was just like, all right, we're hearing so much music, we're hearing so many songs. When I saw the track list, I was pretty let down.
Yeah.
6 of the songs we heard them.
Oh
yeah. I thought it was just 3. I remember I heard like New God Flow like around like 4th of July. Like
right.
And like Ghostface wasn't even on.
Yeah, and then they put him on there.
Right. So there were already 6 songs that we heard. So then I was just like, all right, these songs better be amazing. And then my other issue was, I'm just gonna say this: the song "Cold," I like. It really pissed me off. Like I was just mad. Like I don't give a fuck. Like what Kanye had to say, talking about I should have got Jay, kicked him off the team, all that shit. To this day, that shit makes me mad. I had so much secondhand embarrassment by that shit. I was like, yo, bro, like. He's fucking Chris Humphries. Like, who gives a fuck? Why are you talking about him? Mm-hmm. Like, the bar about Pete, about his mate dragging on the floor, tell Peter my mate, like, that was pretty clever. That was cool. I like how he flipped the Mace verse and everything like that. But when I was disappointed before I even heard the project.
Mm. I agree with him with Cole. And rappers, I need to stop dissing like role players because like it's not cool. Yeah. Like I was listening to Lobster and Strip the other day, and like Jay-Z was like, y'all in the game, but y'all can't ball like Chicago said. I'm like, bro, why you talking about Luke Longley, bro? Like nobody cares about Luke Longley. Like
he's good. He's good for one of those niche singers. Yeah. I think for me, it didn't bother me as much that like I had heard a good amount of the album before it dropped. I just wanted to see how it would be sequenced and how he would work all these other artists into the album for what we did get. But the album is so short that it's like bro, like y'all got all these creatives, y'all got all these people on the team that we don't hear from enough. And at the time he was really championing Saha, and we just didn't get enough of these people on here. We're talking off camera about like how there's a bunch of good songs on this project, but then when you listen to it as an album, it just doesn't feel right. It doesn't.
I feel like this album was also like just rushed. Like they should have like waited.
Yeah, it was a rush. It was a rush album, and you can tell because if I'm not mistaken, the runtime of this project and the runtime of My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is the same. So I think that there were so many songs that got scrapped because Cudi said that he turned in a bunch of songs and Kanye didn't use any of them.
Yeah.
So that was like a problem, right? And then Kanye they said the rumor is that Kanye has over 34 verses for Mercy. Like there's like from different people. Like there's if there's a rapper, you name it, there's a verse for that shit that Kanye just has. Mike Dean just has on a hard drive. So like Kanye just couldn't decide on shit. Like he kept changing his mind. There's an interview where Big Sean was talking about like the process of doing it, and like Big Sean would like he would give it to him, and Big Sean was like, "Oh shit, this is my song." And then Kanye would cut it down, and like the Big Sean would like say he would be mad, like, "Damn, here this nigga come, about to change," like because he know like Kanye gonna change stuff and be like, "Yo, you know what?" Or like he'll just take a bar that you said and make it the hook. Yeah, like
he'll said that on Drake Chess, I believe too. Like it was plenty of times like in the studio, he'll say like something, and then he's like, "All right, yeah, we're gonna use that."
Yeah, and then it's just like you just be like, "Damn, like why you just don't want to do that." Yeah, like you gotta think about it. Like, and he's telling it to everybody, like, "Yo, going up like to like Jadakiss, Fab, like all these different rappers, like giving them the spiel. Like, I think you're the greatest of all time. The same speech that he gives Pusha T all the time. Well, you see it, Pusha T. Like, he just saying like all this shit, and like basically like, I just think that like if we already heard Mercy for and we already heard Mercy for the for Good Fridays, then why do we gotta hear that version again on the album? Why you couldn't just give us different verses?
Yeah.
Like you mean to tell me?
But he was in his bag of doing that though. Like we got the same shit with My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Like we heard a good chunk of those songs before.
That was different.
Why?
Because that album was fucking amazing.
Yeah, I still got the Hype Williams version. I still got the Hype Williams version on my laptop. The My Beautiful Twisted Dark Fantasy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's annoying though because it kept saying this coffee is for Hype Williams. This every 15 seconds. This coffee is for Hype Williams, but I still listen to it because he starts the album off for the Hype Williams version with Hell of a Life, and I was like, this is a Kanye thing. This is like a perfection.
Yeah. Did you guys see the movie that he put out for it?
I didn't see the movie for it.
It's on YouTube.
Okay,
but it sucks because it's like it's meant to be seen it on a 7 screen. So it's like you don't get the full experience of it, but like you see how it looks on the 7 screen experience, and like it premiered in Cannes and all that shit. Which I also think is funny is that like they did the movie before the album was finished. So they didn't know what the music was going to sound like. Yeah, bro. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, his problem, you got to remember at this time, like, he was starting his clothing line. There was a bunch of stuff that he was doing. So I forgot that when he was making this album, he was interning in Italy with Virgil for a clothing line. So, like, that also was, like, the problem is that, like, he was being spread too thin.
Yeah.
It
was really obvious that music was on the back burner when he was doing this album.
Yeah,
but
that 2008 to 14 run of him is just it's pretty interesting because it's duality in it, but it's us as super music fans. It's we want music. You giving us clothes.
There's an interview where he talks where he talks about he never wanted a label. He never wanted to be an executive, and I think the problem is that he was just kind of going with the flow and doing what he thought he was supposed to do, and from that. We got a bunch of things that he just didn't care about. I really do believe somebody said this and it was a really funny. I forgot who said it. Rock Nation. I mean, not Rock Nation. Good music. There is no office for good music.
I could see that.
There's no office. There's no place that you call. No. It's just everybody calls and comes to the studio when Kanye says come to the studio. Good music is good music was Def Jam.
Yeah.
I think Tiana had hinted you had to go through emails and stuff. No, French Montana.
At that time because that was when because of the Taylor Swift situation, he went off the grid, so he didn't have a cell phone. So if you wanted to talk to him, you had to email him.
Because French was he was signing good music, but I'm emailing you every
French a hood nigga. He not gonna do that.
I'm not emailing you when I just want to talk to you. But so you did mention we already mentioned off top about that we expected more from this album nonetheless, but do you have any highlights on it besides
No, the only highlights are the 6 songs that we heard originally. So that would be Click, that would be Mercy, New God Flow, both versions of New God Flow, right?
Mercy.
I said Mercy.
Okay.
I don't like Higher with
I like
with
Higher.
Mace.
Yeah,
Higher with Mace was something that I enjoyed. So, and Sin City was cool.
Sin City was pretty cool. I like it. Sin City sounds super current too. I was listening to it and I was like, damn, this kind of sounds like some shit that could be on Utopia.
Well,
that's
Travis Scott, song or whatever
like that. But you know,
that's supposed to be on Al Farrow.
Oh yeah? Okay, that makes sense. But it legit sounds like the pocket that he's in right now for Utopia.
I think the reason why we didn't get Utopia back then was because we got Yeezus. Yeah, he had to wait. We had to wait.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, so I do agree with y'all. What about? How do y'all feel about "To the World" with Tiana and?
It's the worst. That's. I'll be honest with you. I know that people say "Drunk and Hot Girls" is the worst Kanye West song ever. "To the World" is the worst Kanye West song ever made.
Yeah, that song is bad.
This song sucks.
"Drunk and Hot Girls" sound like an Eminem song.
You only live
one. I can. What I'm saying, I can enjoy "Drunk and Hot Girls." Like I think it's funny. It fits the album. This "To the World" shit. What the fuck is why at this time having R. Kelly open your album was not a flex. Mm-hmm. He could have got The Dream. He could have got Charlie Wilson. Yeah. He had The Dream and Charlie Wilson in his back pocket at this time. Mm-hmm. Shit. Jeremiah's from fucking Chicago. Call Jeremiah. You could have got anybody to sing this shit, bro.
Yeah.
Could have called Darnell Jones for all that.
Yeah. You want to flex?
He from Chicago too.
Bro, all I'm saying is that he had options and he chose to go with R. fucking Kelly. I'm not even obviously he's in jail, he deserves to be in jail. But I'm saying this is I'm even saying at this time it wasn't cool, and this was before the trial started. Mm-hmm. Nobody gave a fuck about R. Kelly in 2012. Everybody listened to his old shit, but it was not a flex to have R. Kelly on your project. This was just some Chicago niggas still being looking up to the R.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You made that song with Biggie. That's why I put you on.
That's why I got you on here.
This song sucks.
Yeah, honestly, I listened to it one time, and I remember my homie Kwame. He kept quoting he's like R. Kelly and the God of Rap, and I was like, bro, don't ever play this song again.
Also, this song has 10 producers. Crap. This song has 10 producers on it.
Sound like a Kanye thing too.
Yeah, that's Kanye. I need that little part right there.
Oh man,
I'm gonna give you credit. Elsewhere, okay. Who do you think was the biggest disappointment on this album?
Well,
in the crew,
it wasn't his fault, but Cudi's contribution to this project, because in my eyes, I know that John Legend was looked at as the flagship artist of good music, mm-hmm. but he wasn't a part of the good music sound. He wasn't a part of the feeling of good music. Kid Cudi was. He drove the sound home of.
Well, why would you say John Legend wasn't a part of the good music? I think John Legend
dropped an album that year too.
I didn't know. I said that his sound because he sounded like a fucking church choir all the time. I'm not talking about now. I'm talking about up until this point. When you hear a John Legend album, you don't think good music. You think John Legend. Yeah. When I heard Kid Cudi, I thought, oh shit, Kanye West. I'm anticipating it. It just gave me the feeling of good music.
I guess for me,
I used to love you. I used to love you.
It's two different eras, because I used to love you. You can hear that and still liken that to something like Jesus Walks, and from that time frame.
Well, I mean, it was all church centered. He sang on Jesus Walks, but I'm just saying when I heard John Legend, who I thoroughly enjoy, and mm-hmm. I love his second album, and I love Get Lifted. But I'm just saying, Kid Cudi's good music.
Yeah. I get what you're saying. Basically, it's perception. When you
I get what he's saying too, but I think it's just they're both very pivotal, and I'm glad you brought it up actually, because it was going to get to my next point. They're both pivotal for good music in different eras. So John Legend was pivotal for good music in 04, 05, because you had Common, you had niggas that was 28 years old wearing Kango hats, and that was in that time frame. That was John Legend. John Legend was in that time frame. Talib Kweli, all of that. So he was part of that. And then you get to the 2010s, Kid Cudi is part of the facelift of good music. He's very into that part.
Yeah, Cudi brought in a new generation of fans.
Yeah, I think they're both different generations of good music.
Yeah, but it was still a letdown. I thought you would hear more Cudi stuff, because remember 808s and the Heartbreaks came out 3 or 4 08. Yeah. So it's you expecting to see them work more.
Yeah.
And Cudi work with more of the newer artists like Sean, Pusha, and it's just mm-hmm. I don't think they all have I don't think they only got one song with all them on the album. All artists.
On which album?
On Cruel Summer. I think they all on one song together.
Not even.
No,
none of them are
nothing
on
with everybody.
One song. Yeah.
Like I think in the Mercy video, it was a majority of them all together. But like, that's about it. Like, but I guess I just felt like Kid Cudi was the most popular kid in the room amongst all of them, whatever like that. If Kanye's the principal, Kid Cudi was the coolest kid in the room, and it just felt like, damn, like why, I'm pretty sure Cudi thought that he was going to be heavily featured on the project. This is the first compilation album for good music.
Mm-hmm. It's like if you just imagine like being in Rockefeller and like Bleaking like Beats only got one song.
That'd be crazy.
Like you made a big deal of like Cyber.
And then Creepers just didn't belong. Creepers sounded like a throwaway track from Man on the Moon. Mm-hmm. So it just didn't fit. And then the other song that he was featured on, it was just like, okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it seemed like Kanye was like, all right, I'm done playing with this toy. I got Travis Scott. He's my new toy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I got Pusha or whatever like that. And like, I honestly, truthfully have like a theory that this project was the beginning of the end of good music. The minute that Kid Cudi got mad and said that he was leaving good music, that was it. The label was done. So that's how it happened.
Yeah, that was very symbolic.
Yeah, very symbolic. But
but yeah, okay.
They crumbled.
That's a good point.
Yeah,
I think
like Tory Lanez Pop said, Rock Nation will crumble. That's what Kid Cudi said. He said, "How dare you not put me on more tracks? Good music, you will crumble."
It's crazy,
and then like
he put Raekwon on back-to-back albums.
Yeah, he was really like when Kanye is in that era with some shit. He really is in that era. But he's in that bag.
He been like, I remember when he did like the Face Off with 50. He was like, I'm like a big like New York rap fan, but like I love Raekwon. Like that's who I used to listen to back in my crib.
He said the same shit about Lloyd Banks. Lloyd Banks is my favorite rapper, and Banks was hype.
Nah, but I believe that Kanye likes like a lot of like music that he doesn't make.
Yeah, because it gets to put him in that bag.
I think that's dope though. I think that a lot of artists should do that. Like they should. Like people that like the music, they should be inspired, but like the music that they make, you know, it's cooler when like what they listen to is completely different. Like I would love to find out that like Kirk Franklin like absolutely like loves Ghostface Killah.
That'd be fire. That'd be fire. All we found out from him is that he has a porn addiction.
Yeah.
Kirk Franklin. No, we found out more.
Yeah, we found he's a crazy father. Be good to your kids.
Yeah, that's true too. We did about
that. Stop. Yeah.
Also, Bliss doesn't fit on this album.
No, it doesn't. The placement is so bad.
And it's too happy.
Poor Tiana Taylor, man.
I remember this girl. She was like a big MF2 fan. She's like, I would love for MF2 to be on this album. I was like, nah, buddy.
That's so specific. Wow. Like, you wanted him on this album?
Yeah, I'm like, I don't think Doom wants to be on anything.
Nah. Doom is all the way good off this.
And it's like also when Doom was like anti-America when they let him back in.
What do y'all think went wrong with Saha the Prince? Because like, you know, around this time frame,
I'll tell you exactly what happened. But finish. I'm sorry.
Around this time frame, like, you know, obviously, even coming off of My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, he was supposed to be like that next guy, and then he dropped the No Dope on Sundays, which was like really well received at the time. Around that time frame, but it kind of just went hands off. Like he did a lot of writing for Kanye, and then we just didn't really hear anything else. Like I don't even know what he's up to these days.
Well, to my understanding, the problem is that like originally he signed a deal with The Dream and Tricky Stewart, and that's how like he met Kanye, and he came on board like as like a writer. And then the problem is that Kanye signed him to Good Music, and it was through Def Jam, and they were telling him like, "Yo, you from Atlanta? Like, why you don't make songs like Migos and all these other dudes?" And he was like, "Because I like to really rap." So that became like a problem. So eventually, like he asked for a release because everything that he turned in wasn't working, and then once like he got so basically it was like, all right, well, you can't still like, you know, you're just gonna be like left. You're gonna be off Good Music. You're gonna be off that. And he was like, well, I still like have like a production deal, so like I'll just work with Kanye and that through that way. And then like he just decided that he was gonna just
separate himself. And I was kind of looking forward to what he was gonna put out, but yeah, nothing. It just didn't go anywhere.
Yeah, he should have just never told people where he was from. That was the problem. If he would have lied and said, "Yo, I'm from Jersey," they probably would have just left him alone and not try to dig where he's from.
I know Cruel Winter was supposed to come after this, and there was like a little like people rallying for that album, and it never came out. And then later on, you know, as we know it, good music is kind of just not a thing anymore.
Taurian may remember this. This is just like, remember when Child Rebel Soldiers was supposed to be a thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, that's what good music was to me, too. I'm like, great music, great singles, like, to, like, get us, like hype.
Yeah,
but,
they
like,
put out a song during Good Friday.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, this is not going to work, because, like, you're having, like, so much people. Kanye is already a guy that wants to do his own thing. And there's only so much that, like, everybody wants to be their own individual. I'm talking about good music, too. Like, all of them probably have their own aspiration, like, to drop an album, go on tour, and it's like, you got to wait on him.
Yeah.
While he's doing 40 different things, which all, like, help, like, the culture in general. But it's like, Kanye moves to, like, his own drum. It's like how Alchemist, like, people talk about Alchemist when, like, they record with him, like, Alchemist, like, you can record Alchemist, but you're not going to hear, like, the final product until Alchemist, like,
until he's ready. Yeah.
So it's like that collective, like, we all had high hopes. I had high hopes.
Who do y'all think benefited the most from being associated with good music?
2 Chainz.
I think so.
And he wasn't even signed to the label.
Yeah, that's why I said associated, because he wasn't signed.
Even him with Travis.
I don't think Travis Scott was going to be Travis Scott with Kanye West or not. He was fine. Like, he had to deal.
Yeah, Kanye benefited from Travis Scott.
Yeah, I don't think that him having a Kanye West co-sign mattered. Like, I think Travis Scott was going to be Travis Scott no matter what. Like, because he had the Grand Hustle deal already, and then getting the production deal with, like, that's what people get it mixed up. He was signed to T.I.'s label as an artist. So, and T.I. literally just let him do what he wanted. Like, T.I. was like, I'm not going to get in your way. Like, be free. Just send me my fucking money.
That's what like, people should do. Like, like, if you see somebody talented, like, let them do their thing.
Just let them do their thing.
Some people need their handheld, but, like, Travis comes from, like, a musical background. DJ Premier, like, was one of his mentors. So it's like, what do you know? That it's just fucking cheat code. But I could also say, like, definitely, like, Big Sean, because I mean, like, Big Sean wasn't. He was, like, no disrespect, but, like, he was a complete nobody. Like, he didn't have, like, it's not like he was, like, buzzing in Detroit, anything like that before, like, Kanye signed him. It was like Kanye signed him, and then, like, immediately they started putting money into him, and he putting marketing into him. Let me just say that, because we all know Big Sean, his advance wasn't shit.
Yeah.
But, like, like, there was a push behind him marketing wise, where, like, he was put in a position to basically, like, we were supposed to know him. Like, they put money behind it to make sure that we were supposed to know who Big Sean was. Even the project, it was called You Know Big Sean.
Yeah.
The Get You Some video.
Yeah. And he put all of that up himself, but he just used the association to kind of, like, further himself. But
I find his Famous era was pretty interesting too.
Yeah.
Like, he worked his way up. I'll say this, out of all of them, he probably, like, did, like, he had, like, more to prove than everyone, like, for sure.
He definitely did, yeah.
Because, like, Cudi dropped Man in the Moon 1 and 2, and, like, it was
Cudi was just
cult like
it just is crazy. Like, because I worked in Soho around the time that he was working in Soho, and when his mixtape dropped, and what store was it at? That the Plain Pat project that he had was out. What store was it? Bape? Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
he worked at Bape. Bape, it was a Bape. This mixtape was sponsored by Bape as well, though. A kid named Cudi. Yeah, no, I know he worked at Bape, but, like, I forgot what.
I don't know. I think
was it A-Life?
Either A-Life or Clientele. I know, because, like,
I think it was at A-Life, if I'm not mistaken. But, like,
A-Life was pushing, like, a lot of, like, local artists.
Yeah. So if I'm not mistaken,
I know Kirsten Castle did, like, push this project too.
And I just remember, like, hearing the buzz around it, and then next thing you know, we find out, like, he's getting signed to Kanye's label and all that shit. Like, it was like things like happened like that happened like a week.
Yeah,
like,
because I remember he was on, like, Vashi's vlog.
Yeah,
and then next you know, like, I'm like, the dude.
Okay, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Danny, fact checker Danny. It was a kid named Cudi was sponsored by 10 Deep.
Yes, yeah.
Cleveland is the reason.
Cleveland,
man.
Yeah. But no, like, we do. I would say Pusha Pusha definitely benefited a lot from his association with Good, because it kind of gave people a chance to see him as a solo artist finally, because of his association, and people got a chance to, like, see him doing shit on his own. and how much he was tied into Kanye's like sound at that time.
Yeah, I remember they did that Funk Flex freestyle.
Yeah, they was.
That was like the last good Funk Flex freestyle to me. Like,
there's been some good ones.
That's not true.
There's been some good ones. Black Thought, that was legendary.
Black Thought, Tyler Creator.
Royce.
I don't remember
Royce's. I remember actually Bronson's.
I remember.
No, you're right. Black Thought.
Black Thought and Tyler the Creators are the two that stand out to me that I remember.
What made you go first?
I don't remember Cam's either. Yeah, I'm sorry, because Black Thought's because like it was like what he did, and then Tyler's because like it was like it was shocking.
Oh yeah, they have. But yeah, there's been some good ones. There's been some really notable ones. But overall, we have picked our highlights from this album. And
question,
yeah,
who has the best verse on Mercy?
Go ahead.
No, you go.
Me?
Yeah, you go.
It's easily 2 Chainz, man. 2 Chainz, they crafted that for him to have the best verse. When 2 Chainz, I remember 2 Chainz talked about it. He said when he submitted his verse and he heard the song, it obviously wasn't crafted the way that he thought it would be. Even the build up to his verse, like that all wasn't there. So when he heard it, he was like, oh shit. Like they like ISO'd him. Like he was like he championed that song. Like that, the way he came on, his flow, his cadence, the beat switch, fire. Like
Cudi heard that verse and said, I'm fucking out of here.
Yeah.
Cause like the way how the song is like it goes like from Sean to Pusha to Ye to 2 Chainz. So that's how like the from worst verse to best verse.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
To me.
It just all flowed. Like the structure of it was perfect. Do you disagree?
No, I agree wholeheartely.
Because like I was like, damn, Kanye like went off, and then next thing you know, I was like, I heard like 2 Chainz going, like, oh, horsepower.
Yeah, all this polo on,
and I wear a lot of polo, so I felt that.
So he felt that.
I got on polo right now.
So I guess I'll take Regg's. What was y'all impression like? So what was the lasting effect? Like, do you guys go back to this album? Do you guys revisit it?
No, not at all. Every now and then, for whatever reason, I'll think about Higher and I'll put it on sometimes just to hear it because it's so random. It's such a random song.
Because it's free now.
Yeah, just to hear it and just to hear Mace rap again and Cocaine 80s. Remember Cocaine 80s? We're supposed to get so much more from them. Yeah. But it's nice to hear every now and then. But I don't visit this album. Hell no.
I'm gonna be real. Like. On the way here was like my first time in like 5 years.
Yeah, it's different. Like it'll just take you back to that time from when it came out. But
Givenchy,
yeah, it's not an essential listen.
It's very gaudy time. I mean, obviously, I go back to I Don't Like and Mercy and Click a lot. Those 3 songs are like heavily in my rotation of songs, just because like I always have a Jay-Z, Kanye kind of playlist in my rotation. Like, cause I've gotten into like making playlists a lot. I even make like album covers and shit. But that's like been my thing. But yeah, like I don't revisit this project. This project was just extremely disappointing to me, and I'm ready to rate this shit because this album pissed me off, boy.
I can't lie, like I was very impressed with Jay-Z's verse on Click.
On Click,
yeah,
it was a good verse.
Like hearing it like in a car, like it was like I was like, yeah.
The beat, everything.
But I don't be shocked like when like Jay-Z raps on other people's songs.
Yeah.
Like my little cousin, I played Blackout the other day for him, and he was like he's like the Jay-Z guy, like he could really rap.
The Jay-Z guy.
I was like, damn.
Not the Jay-Z guy.
Like we really in a dark time.
Yo, it's different, man.
Like the Jay-Z guy.
we gotta do our part, man. We gotta do our part. We just gotta pass shit down that we fuck with. I know Taurian very frequently gives his little brother Thomas things to listen to. That's like shit that we just have to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then in turn he'll put you on to what he listens to.
Yeah, like La Tyler.
Yeah, La Tyler out here.
Grandma put me on the Baby Kim when we was like right before lockdown. Like I was like, oh, this is good. Like the production is good. I was like, the rap song is okay. And he's like, oh, this is Kendrick Cousin. I was like, all right, I'll listen to it.
The Hillbillies.
I just never want none of my family members that are younger not knowing what the fuck they talking about in music conversations. Yeah. I don't want a music conversation to come up and they at school and they like, I have nothing to contribute to this. You know? But yeah, let's get into ratings. Mo, why don't you kick it off? What you think?
I'm real. I'll give it 2 waffles. Just off the fact of like the interviewing, the way I like, they basically said like, yo, we got Jadakiss on this album, Chief Keef, all different types of features. Like there was on a Breakfast Club, like champion this. Like it was Sean, Pusha, Tiana, Taylor. This like we were all in the studio, and I was like, all right, man, this is
gonna be it.
Yeah, like I mean. This is like the time of like where people was really doing interviews. So it's like back in the day, like you just hear Angie and you hear the artists like, yeah, I work with this producer. We got a couple joints and that's it. But I seen like visual, like Big Sean's like, yeah, I was locked in. You know, I'm fresh off my album. Like, I'm like, all right, bro, we're gonna see. And then I heard like the first song, I was like, it's a no for me, dog.
Yeah.
And then we got to Click. We heard Click already, and then the next song was the new Godflow that we heard. Call my yo, bro. Why is the song placement Good Friday? And then I was like, this is underwhelming. Then I got to like the end of the album, I was like, take this shit away from me. Like I'm good.
Like never again. Yeah. So you going with a 2? What about you?
2 waffles out of 5. Okay. Well. I could go lower, but I mean, I actually like 6 songs on the album, so it's like that's crazy. Yeah.
I feel that. So yeah, I think it's a 2 all around. I think so. We talked about this off mic as well, of like how you got 12 tracks here, but funny enough, we do like 6 of them. But then as an album, I'm not discrediting it because I heard some of these already. I'm discrediting it for the flow of it. So like I can already hear 6 songs. That's fine. But then how does everything else flow in this album? And that's the problem. I think for me. And how for compilation albums, I look for togetherness and like some camaraderie. And I don't get that on this album at all. Like I don't get no camaraderie. I feel like all of these people were shoehorned in to this album. And they just all happen to share the same label. That's it.
It felt like an AU team.
Yeah, it just didn't flow together at all. That's what it felt like. We just got a bunch of songs from people, and it's just something that Kanye promised to do, so he did it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we're all good at a 2. So, but guys, watchers, listeners, if you haven't listened to this album, I don't know if I encourage you to do it.
Taurian?
But if your curiosity gets the best of you and you listen to it, let us know what you think. I'm First Class Regg.
I'm Taurian B.
And we're out of here.
Catch you next time.
I'm going to stand today.
Dun dun.